Welcome back to a series that aims to teach you Sidus Link Pro while teaching you the basics of being a programmer on set. I'm Mark Lapierre, and you've got a nerd in me. This video is sponsored, so I feature aperture lights and gear, but my thoughts are my own. You'll need all of the things I've listed in previous videos. One important thing, I realized there was a small mistake in the capture file I uploaded. Please re-download from the new link below if you don't have the resource packet too. My apologies. So let's start doing some basic tasks and learn while lighting. I'd like all the face lights for the interview area at 4300 and 50%. If you look at the magic sheet or the fixture schedule I sent, you'll see those are channels 1 through 6 and 11 through 16. Touching a fixture in this area brings it onto the stage. Since the command was to bring them all to identical values, I'd turn on multi-select fixtures over here, and then come back over here to select 1 through 6 and 11 through 16. Now notice over on the stage that only the first fixture is actually selected, so you do have to go over and touch each one of these fixtures to add them into the selection. Notice these arrows down here. If you click and drag this is the safest way for you to navigate left to right in your stage without accidentally doing something. Finish selecting. Now, the default tab up here is CCT. This is perfect. Many gaffers and DPs prefer to have the CCT set before they see the light. So let's use the 4300 shortcut over here. And then let's set the fixtures to 50% by clicking these jump buttons. Looks good. Since I bet we are going to be selecting this bunch of fixtures often, let's make it a group. Groups are a shortcut for a selection of fixtures. They are a building block of efficiency in programming. Make sure you are scrolled to the first fixture in the selection. With all of your fixtures selected, long press, and you'll see this little pop-up that comes add a group. Drag it over. Tap the label to rename. I'm choosing int key, int for interview for short. Press OK. Key light looks good, so let's save it. Over here, we want to touch record, but right now it's grayed out because we haven't selected a fader. So once we select it, now you can see that record is colored and ready to use. So I'm going to name this cue interview default. I'm going to give it a default time of 2 seconds just in case, and then I'm going to press OK. Now we want to clear the stage to keep working, but first we need to press go on this cue, otherwise we will plunge everybody into darkness. Now we're safe to press clear. Now let's add some backlight. Again, look at your magic sheet, or you can believe me when I tell you to select 21 through 25. Touch your fixtures, select them all, and long press on the first one to make a group. Touch group 1 to rename, and this one's going to be int bx for backlight. So now let's set these to 4500. I'm going to do that by using the 4300 shortcut and then using the +100 shortcuts over here. And we want these to be at 30%. So let's just use the +10 marks. Also, I'm not sure why this interior key came up, but I'm going to close it. So this looks good. We want to add it into our existing cue. So we want to go over here and hit record. From the pop-down menu, we can select Merge Cue. Press OK. And the cue is already rolling, so we are safe to press clear. Let's light up that drop. Select 31 through 37. And again, select them all. We want them to play at 5K. So I'm going to hit 5600 and then the -100Ks until we get to 5K. And now I'm going to use the slider at the top to bring them all to 10%. Actually, I'm just going to use the shortcut. I hope you already know what I'm going to suggest we do. Let's make a group. So come down here to your first fixture, long press, drag it on for new group. We're going to click the label and choose rename, and we're going to name this drop. Press record, We're again going to choose to merge in to the existing queue and then press OK. Go ahead and clear the stage. Since I'd like to play around with some other features, let's imagine the DP isn't sold on the look for the drop. Reselect the group we made. The DP wants to audition some colors on the drop for tonight's episode. How do we get to color? Well, there are several options and they are all along the top tabs. The options I currently have, they change a bit depending on what kinds of fixtures are patched, are HSI, RGB, Picker, and CCT and HSI. Let's choose HSI, which stands for Hue, Saturation, and Intensity. Take a moment to adjust your color using saturation first, but watch your capture file. You're going to see a change. Sidus, the moment you start operating in HSI, instantly changes the fixture into color mode away from CCT mode. We'll get back to this idea in just a second. We're going to set a purple. So set your hue to around 260 degrees. The DP likes the color but isn't sure yet. So before you change anything, save this color. See the purple preview area up here? I want you to click and drag it onto one of these squares down at the bottom. When your DP or gaffer is searching for options, being able to get back to a known place fast is very helpful. The DP asks if we can slowly roll from the purple to the 5K look we have. Yes, we can. Go to the CCT and HSI tab. Make sure the CCT slider says 5K. If it doesn't, make it so. Now we're going to play with the color mode I told you about earlier. The name most lighting manufacturers use is color crossfade. It crossfades between CCT control and color control. Go ahead and slide the color crossfade a bit. When you pass 50%, you're going to notice that capture suddenly pops. Capture, for some reason, isn't able to handle color crossfade. So we're going to have to accept that. But basically, you would have your purple and you'd start desaturating it with the 5K CCT. Set the crossfade at 70% because that is what the DP likes. Now we're going to hit record, merge, OK. Clear the stage. The interview area looks good, so let's move to the stage area. We need to be ready for a singer-songwriter performance. The artist is going to sing a super intimate song, so we want a look that is pulled way down. Time for some moving lights. Select 102 and 103. Let's bring them to full. Now, of course, we need to remember that we have to set our strobe value so that we can actually see the light come out. So just one at a time. Other, strobe. And we just want to refresh or set that between 22 and 24%. Now that we can see the light, let's tilt the lights toward the figure at center. Important, always remember to tilt first. If you start with pan, you are spinning a perfect circle, and though you can't see it, you may have spun your light 180 degrees or more. Go to the green controls at the top, touch that, touch motion. Use the tilt slider to point the fixtures downstage just past the figure. Remember, these are backlights. Now let's run the zoom to somewhere around 20 to 26 degrees. And now we're going to select them one at a time so that we can pan them in towards our figure. And there we go. This kind of look is going to come up fairly often, so wouldn't it be great for me to save it to make it easily repeatable? Let's make a preset. A preset is a building block of programming. It's a way to make actions instantly repeatable. But right now, presets is grayed out. Why? Well, at this point in the development of Sidus, each preset can only contain one set of data, so we're going to need to make two presets. Turn off multi-select, and presets are back online. Select one at a time, open preset, save to presets. Now I'm going to name this one so that I know in the future that it's for 102, 102, center, center. And let's do the same thing with the other one. Select it, save to presets, rename, 103, center, center. Okay. Let's finish up this look. Only thing that we're missing for these fixtures is maybe a little steely blue. So touch the green at the top where it says motion, and let's go back to controls. Let's use RGB this time. We want a steely blue, so that basically means just bring blue up to full. We're going to select the other one, switch controls, and do the same thing. Now that the movers are good, we want to record this, but we want it on a new fader since it's a separate need, right? So let's go down here and select another fader that we can record to. Then we're going to hit record. We're going to name this singer songwriter. Give it a default time of 2 seconds and press OK. We want to press go, and then we can clear our stage. Last thing is some key light. So let's select 73 and 74, and we'll bring them up to 50%. And I like the 5600, so let's just go ahead and hit record. And we're going to select merge, but this time it's on the new cue list, and hit OK. Clear the stage. We've gone through a lot. We've lit an interview, we've played with CCT color and even color crossfade, then we pointed moving lights, made presets, and recorded 2 playbacks. Not bad for a short video. Next, we'll get into CCTs, how to measure them with a meter, the best bang for the buck meter, and how to tune your CCT data so you're not just hoping it's right, you know it is. Remember, if you want a little more detail on anything in this series, check out my website, www.mlp-lighting.com, and you'll see a post that adds some more valuable info on this topic. See you next time.